So welcome everybody on the streets of China again. Today we have a second day of a really warm day this year. It's the 2nd of March and it's wonderful weather. So I thought that I can come and have a breakfast somewhere on the street. And what I have today is something called baozi. Baozi is like a bun with a filling very often. And there could be very different fillings. What I took today is there are 8 pieces for 10 Chinese yuans, which is less than $1.50, and 2 different fillings. 4 of them are with the meat with mushrooms, and 4 of them are with the meat and fermented cabbage. We shall see how it is. Now, baozi is probably the most popular, most common thing generally eaten in China in general, but I would say that as a quick lunch dish on the street of China, this might be the most common choice for Chinese people. People can just grab it in the small box or in the plastic bag. Now these are actually quite small. There are ones which are quite big ones, like a buns, and people just grab them and eat off the street. And that's what I have today. Also, I ate them many times before in China. It's reasonably okay. The only thing which might be necessary to add is maybe a little bit of dressing. I didn't take a salt. I hope it's salty enough, but I have a spicy chili with me and I will actually apply it. So, to make it a little bit more interesting. In China, for this amount of price, 10 Chinese yuans, between 10 and 15 Chinese yuans, without any problems, you can find a nice portion of food to eat quickly as a lunch. Quick lunch, quick actually, and quite satisfying. Let's give it a try. I don't know which one is which one, which taste is which one. Let's see if I can really differentiate them. This must be the sour cabbage. Let's try the other one, which is supposed to be with meat and mushrooms. Oh, certainly there is a difference. Take a look. So this is the filling of a meat and the sour cabbage inside. And this one has the meat and the mushrooms inside. And the chili which I applied certainly makes a good difference. I actually like the spicy food in general, but even a little bit more salt would be better with this. Usually the food in China is quite bland unless people go to the restaurant or place where the dish is supposed to be prepared spicy. Alright, let's continue. Alright. So I ate it last year in exactly the same place. Like this is, by the way, the restaurant behind me with the red writing on the wall. Restaurant. I think it can be called restaurant. There are 2 tables inside. So if I would want, I can sit inside and eat it. But I thought that it's much better fun just stand on the street, like Chinese people don't really do. I think they not often they just eat like this. So anyhow, this meat and cabbage thing is less pronounced, less intense than the meat and mushrooms. Still not bad. I will add a little bit more of the spicy chili. I really enjoy it. We are standing on the scooter parking here, so there's a little bit movement here. It's a little bit busy. We are very close to a shopping mall. A typical modern shopping mall in the big mall, but also there is a traditional fresh market here and plenty of small shops. And since scooters are one of the most popular ways of transport in the Chinese cities, there are plenty of people coming and going. Well, that's how it is. The meat and mushrooms are a little bit better. The one thing I have to say, so I eat this baozi thing from time to time, not terribly often, from time to time. You may think that because this is steam bun with a filling inside, and you may say, oh, it must be really nice, really healthy, and you know, like light snack, light dish. But actually, the tricky part is that the filling, if only there is anything related with meat, it's kind of fried, as I would describe it. And if only it's fried at all, there's quite a lot of oil inside. So it's quite oily, actually. Still, very good idea for a snack. Even up to the to call it a proper lunch. So there are other fillings. I think the two kinds which are very popular is meat with a meat soup inside. So inside there would be a lot of fluid, which I really despise. It's very tricky. After you bite it, you break it, the fluid spills all over. There must be some good technique to eat it, and I don't see any huge benefits for this idea. And the other kind which is very popular when it comes to the filling is vegetables, meat and vegetables, or vegetables only. Like the Chinese people believe that vegetables are very healthy. They just don't understand that you shouldn't cook vegetables, you should eat them raw, but whatever. So I prefer meat generally. Right, it's going quite well. The size of this baozi, because there's the other version, the really big ones, like a big bun, so you can grab it into the hand and bite it a few times, which I find a little bit unnecessary. The size of this ones is really nice because it's just for one bite, one solid bite. You take it and you just eat it as a whole. Quite funny to see. I'm certainly disturbing people here in this place. There's this movement of the scooters, but really quite many people try to be a little bit polite. They stop on the side and wait whether they can go or not, and only after we give them a small sign that they can pass, only then they pass. Partially on purpose, I wanted to be here to show you the surroundings of the city, the busyness, people coming, going, passing by, the shops behind, and they kind of ruin this whole intention because they stop and they don't want to come. All right, two last baozi. I didn't have a breakfast today, almost, so for me it's a first proper meal. Very nice, and the weather is really perfect today. In the afternoon will be change of the weather. There will be thunderstorm and the cool down, but so far it's wonderful. 2nd of March. All right, so this baozi thing, it is not my favorite type of a Chinese food, Chinese dish. It's all right. It's more than just eatable. It's quite comfortable, quite nice. But the big reason why actually I eat it from time to time is to have something more, something different than my favorite type of a food. To not only eat the spicy noodles and fried rice in China, but to have some break, you know, and to try maybe a little bit other things from time to time. You know how it is, sometimes you try one thing and, well, the first experience might be not overwhelming, but sometimes people need a little bit more time to get used to something, to find out that actually this is a very good thing. So I sometimes come back, you know, to the dishes which didn't really overwhelm me positively at first to check whether they're really good or still nothing special. So this is still nothing very special, but not bad as well. Okay, the last one. Let's finish it. And just like this, my lunch for today is finished. My brunch, breakfast and lunch in the same time. Let's go now to the shopping mall and see you next time.